Hello again, Struck Co-op. 2023 is shaping up to be a year full of special treats for gamers of all platforms and with various tastes in genres. There are a plethora of PC games as well as console exclusive that have grabbed my attention, and I personally have classified the ones I consider as the biggest, or if not the biggest, at least very popular releases during the first quarter in this video. There's 25 titles. I'm gonna be very brief about each game so that we can have a reasonable length of the video. So buckle up. I hope you've enjoyed it. There is a link in the description of the video you could check that leads to the website version of this with all the links to all the stores and the brief description that I'm reading out as well for each of those games. So I hope you enjoyed and let's go. Starting with the first title and going onwards, the list is in chronological order. There are cases where a fixed release date may not be known. In those cases, I have tried using the hints or guess or kind of windows that the developers have provided to classify the games based on those. Starting with a game that is already playable, not fully released, but is closed alpha. Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader from the creators of the Pathfinder games, Owlcat Games, available on Steam, Epic and GOG. I'm not sure if you can get access for either of those platforms or whether the early access closed alpha and beta will be on Steam only. But right now, the developer's digital pack, which gives you closed alpha access, is $99 and the beta access starts at $39.99. I really love the other games from this company, so I have high hopes for this one. There's also minus 15% discount on all packs via add-ons that you can add if you order from their official website. A little bit about the game. Begin your journey in the first classic computer role-playing game set in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Become a rogue trader, a scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade empire and explore the fringes of the Imperium's frontier. So, turn-based tactical combat, including real-time pausable tactical combat, depending on how you want to play it. If they adapt the same combat we saw in Pathfinder, Kingmaker, and Wrath of the Righteous. I really loved the in-depth characters of the Pathfinder games, so I'm expecting the same in Rogue Trader. Next title in order of release is One Piece Odyssey, a brand new RPG set in the world of the popular anime One Piece. Play as members of the Straw Hat crew in a fantastic adventure set in the One Piece world. Regarding platforms, for PC we've got Steam, Epic, Microsoft Store. The 13th of January 2023 is the release date. PlayStation 5 and 4 as well as Xbox XS is getting it. I didn't see information about Xbox One. Developed by ILCA Incorporated. It looks amazing and I really love that they've stuck to a very nice art style in the game. Next up we have Fire Emblem Engage, a Nintendo eStore Nintendo Switch exclusive. The Divine Dragon awakens in a war against the Fell Dragon. Four kingdoms work together with heroes from other worlds to seal away this great evil. 1000 years later, this seal has weakened and the Fell Dragon is about to reawaken. As a Divine Dragon, use rich strategies and robust customization to meet your destiny, to collect 12 Emblem rings, and bring peace to the continent of Helios. Releasing on the 20th of January 2023, developed by Intelligent Systems, the next installment in the Fire Emblem series seems to be an amazing one for tactical genre fans. Next up is the game in January I'm the most excited about, Forspoken. Forspoken follows the journey of Frey, a young New Yorker transported to the beautiful and cruel land of Atia. In search of a way home, Frey must use her newfound magical abilities to traverse sprawling landscapes and battle monstrous creatures. Pretty much she's fighting evil witches, 3 of them as far as I know, all of them witches of certain areas. Focusing on certain areas. There's a lot of exploration, a lot of parkour. It's visually stunning, although the tech demo from 10 years ago, actually from 11 years ago, from 2012, looked better than what they actually did for the game. Maybe consoles were holding it back or maybe they just wanted to open up the game to a broader audience, not to people with the top-end hardware only. There's Epic Store, Humble Store, Steam, PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store. It's PlayStation 5 exclusive, no PlayStation 4, also no Xbox or other consoles. Luminous Productions is new title. Hopefully it's as promising as it looks. There's also a demo on PlayStation 5. Next up is the Dead Space remake. The sci-fi survival horror classic returns, completely rebuilt to offer an even more immersive experience, including visuals, audio, and gameplay improvements, while staying faithful to the original game's thrilling vision. Releasing on the 27th of January 2023, for PC we have Steam, Epic, and the EA app, whereas we have Xbox XS and PlayStation 5. No last-gen consoles. Seems good, developed by the Motive Studio of EA, and yeah, it seems like they've done a very nice job at remaking Dead Space. Next up, Quash, Artifacts of Chaos. I extremely regret not being able to play the game when I got access. I didn't know it would be limited, and I missed it. And then they released the access again, the demo access, during the Christmas holidays, but I completely missed that one as well. But a little bit about the game. You play as Pseudo, a master of martial arts who lives as a recluse in the strange land of Xenozoic. When you cross paths with the boy, a small creature whose mysterious powers have attracted the attention of Gemini, the mistress of the artifacts, you decide to protect him, unaware that much greater forces are involved. Something unique about this game is it has the third-person perspective as an action RPG, but you can switch to first person, which is pretty amazing for a game like that. Releasing on the 9th of February 2023. For PC, I only saw information about Steam. There's PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series XS. No information about Xbox One so far I could find, but there's a possibility for a Switch version as well. Developed by Ace Team, the people who brought us the original Quash game, as well as the Cylinder game. I forgot the exact name, but it was amazing in terms of visuals and in terms of creature design. It looks good. It looks fun. It looks amazing in terms of that Borderlands style cell shading that they're using. So I have high hopes for that game too. Next up is Hogwarts Legacy, a game that has a lot of controversy around it due to J.K. Rowling and her offensive behavior. So many people are preparing to boycott the game. It looks good, but I think it's an overhyped game, and I think this game might disappoint a lot of people, but it also would be just what a lot of people needed. Obviously, you can't make a game everyone would like. Whether Hogwarts Legacy would be a game many people would like, I don't doubt this. But it's also gonna be a game many people are disappointed in. So maybe watch some of the proper lengthy gameplay videos before deciding whether to get the game or not. There's almost an hour's worth of gameplay footage uncut there that you could watch with developer intro. Hogwarts Legacy is an open-world action RPG set in the world first introduced in the Harry Potter books. Embark on a journey through familiar and new locations as you explore and discover magical beasts, customize your character and craft potions, master spellcasting, upgrade talents, and become the wizard you want to be. Releasing on the 10th of February 2023 for PS5, Xbox XS, and PC. And April 4th, 2023 for PS4 and Xbox One. Then July 25th, 2023 for Nintendo Switch. For PC we have Steam, Epic, and Humble as the platforms, and developed by Avalanche Software. The next game many people are describing as Monster Hunter meets Breath of the Wild. I can definitely see the Monster Hunter influence there. Wild Hearts. It is a unique twist on the hunting genre where technology gives you a fighting chance against fearsome beasts infused with the ferocious power of nature itself. Take on these creatures alone or hunt them with friends in seamless co-op. Releasing on the 16th of February 2023 for PC, there's Steam, Epic, and the EA app. And for Xbox XS and PlayStation 5, no old generation platforms. Developed by Koei Tecmo Games and published by EA, it's considered an EA original. And again, I'm not sure if the open world would be as sandboxy as Breath of the Wild, but it definitely looks amazing, and I like the design of the creatures, and I think it would be fun for Monster Hunter fans. Whether people of open world third person action RPGs would enjoy this, it's I don't think everyone will, but if you like Monster Hunter type of games where you battle massive creatures for a very long time, that's the game. Next up is a game I mentioned in my upcoming games videos for December, but the release date got pulled. The Settlers New Allies is set to release on the 17th of February 2023. It was developed by Ubisoft Düsseldorf, and it's releasing on PC for the Epic and Ubisoft Store, as well as PlayStation 5 4, Xbox Series XS, and Xbox One. True to its almost 30 years legacy, this new entry in the series combines in-depth build-up experience with real-time strategic battles, choose among 3 unique factions, and explore this whole new world powered by state-of-the-art graphics. Your settlement has never looked so lively. Something that stands out to me is I've seen some of the developer videos about this game, and there's nice tech trees, research/tech trees like skill trees, that you can level up some modifiers in as you progress. It seems fun, and there's plenty of maps to play in various different ways. So there's a lot of replayability, even though they mentioned, I think, 12 maps, was it? Or did they say 20? In any case, the new Settlers, I'm excited about this one. It looks fun. Time will tell whether it really is. Next up is a game from the creators of the Yakuza series, Like a Dragon Ishin. In 1860s, Kyo is plagued by widespread inequality, and one samurai will change the course of history in his search for justice. Take up the sword of Sakamoto Ryoma and venture to Kyoto to find your father's killer. Clear yourself of a framed murder and restore your honor. In doing so, you will bring an end to the samurai era and forever change the future of Japan. Draw your blade, load your draw your blade, pardon me, load your revolver, and join the corruption in this heated historical adventure that only the creators of Yakuza Like a Dragon could produce. Releasing on the 21st of February 2023 for PC, which is Steam and Humble. So far, PlayStation 5 for Xbox Series XS and Xbox One. Developed by Ryuga Gotoku Studio. Next up, another game with heart in the name. Atomic Heart. In a mad and sublime utopian world, take part in explosive encounters. Adapt your fighting style to each opponent, use your environment, and upgrade your equipment to fulfill your mission. If you want to reach the truth, you have to pay, in blood. Releasing on the 21st of February 2023 for PC, Steam, PlayStation 5 for Xbox Series XS and Xbox One, developed by Mundfish. It seems like a very nice shooter game. I'm not sure how the looting would be, but you would be able to at least upgrade your equipment, so there will be some sort of progression there. There are some silly things about the game, but overall it looks beautiful, but it also would be another game that promotes ray tracing and stuff like that. I mean, many of those titles in this list are trying to push graphics as much as possible, but also kind of limiting themselves due to console hardware. But overall, Atomic Heart seems very promising. Next up, we have a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and not only is it a PlayStation 5 exclusive, you must have PlayStation VR 2 to play it. Horizon Call of the Mountain. Experience the majestic world of Horizon like never before in this new adventure for PlayStation VR 2. The stunning visuals and innovative features of the new PS VR 2 Sense controllers fully immerse you into the world of Horizon for an experience like no other. Ascend to the towering peaks of the Karjas Sun Dome as Rias, a disgraced former soldier, and unravel a new mystery surrounding the machines to redeem yourself and save your people. You will also meet Aoi, other familiar faces, and new characters along the way. Releasing on the 22nd of February 2023 developed by Gorilla Games and Fire Sprite. Next up is a prequel, Company of Heroes 3. Bigger and better than ever, Company of Heroes 3 combines heart-pounding combat with deeper strategic choices in a stunning Mediterranean theater of war. In Company of Heroes 3, every battle tells a story. What is yours is what they're asking us. Relic Entertainment is the developer team behind it. Releasing on PC, which is Steam and Humble so far, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. So no previous generation console for this game. It looks fun. New Company of Heroes. If you like those types of games, you would definitely love the new one from the looks of it. Next up, another game that Square Enix seems to not be marketing. Much of their marketing seems to be focused on, at least Western marketing, seems to be focused on Forspoken, whereas Octopath Traveler doesn't even have its own social media accounts. It's sharing the general Square Enix social media accounts, and there isn't much marketing around this game. Maybe because it's launching in February and Forspoken in January. There's exact 1 month. This is on the 24th of February 2023, where the other one is on the 24th of January. In any case, the game is a brand new entry in the Octopath Traveler series, the first installment of which was initially released in 2018 and sold over 3 million copies worldwide. The story takes place in Sulistia, a land comprising of eastern and western continent divided by the sea. In this faraway realm, 8 travelers hailing from different regions venture forth for their own reasons. Step into their shoes and explore the land as you see fit, using their unique talents to aid you along your journey. Releasing for Steam and Humble on PC, as well as PlayStation 5 for Switch, and overall, it's by Square Enix and Acquire Corp. Next up is a game that I'm really looking forward to. The Day Before. It is an open world MMO survival set in a deadly post-pandemic America, overrun by flesh-hungry infected and survivors killing each other for food, weapons, and cars. It's one of the probably most anticipated games of 2023. Obviously, it's in this list, but I think I'm not the only one that thinks so. 1st of March 2023, releasing for PC, Steam, as well as PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS at a later date. So March 1st will be the Steam release, later on consoles will join. Developed by Fantastic, which is FNTASTIC. The Day Before would be probably the new, I guess you can call it MMO, but it being open world, it being MMO, and it having those zombie survival infection elements, have the potential of a massive, huge hit that maybe could surprise many. I think this would be more successful than people expect it to be. And next up, we've got Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Hope I'm not mispronouncing it. A new dark fantasy Three Kingdoms action RPG from Team Ninja. So think Souls-like with this description. The developers of Nioh are bringing us this game. Wolong Fallen Dynasty is a dramatic action-packed story of a nameless militia soldier fighting for survival in a dark fantasy version of the later Han Dynasty, where demons plague the Three Kingdoms. Players fight off deadly creatures and enemy soldiers using swordplay based on the Chinese martial arts, attempting to overcome the odds by awakening the true power from within. What I've heard about this game is it doesn't have difficulty options, and it will be difficult. So one of the worst things developers of Souls-like games do is not including difficulty options. I really liked Steel Rising that had difficulty options, and a more casual experience could be had if you didn't feel like getting your ass kicked left and right. You could tone down the difficulty and still enjoy the game for its story and for the fun combat. Wolong Fallen Dynasty definitely seems to have the fun combat, but from the looks of it, it seems like it might take too long to kill enemies, and it might get boring unless you're one of those masochistic hardcore Souls fans. Releasing on PC, Steam, and Humble, that is for now. PlayStation 5 for Xbox Series XS and Xbox One. Developed by Koei Tecmo Games Co. Ltd., specifically Team Ninja. Next up, we have Skull and Bones. Enter the perilous paradise of Skull and Bones as you overcome the odds and rise from an outcast to infamous pirate. At the end of the 17th century, Tales of the legendary heist attracted young outcasts from all over the world in search of untold fortunes. Ordinary men and women headed far from home, armed with only their instincts to survive. They risk it all for a chance to attain immeasurable riches. Releasing on the 9th of March 2023 for PC via the Epic and Ubisoft Store, as well as for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. Developed by many Ubisoft teams such as Singapore, Belgrade, Berlin, Chengdu, Kiev, Montreal, Paris, Philippines, Pune or Pune, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, and Shanghai. So many of the Ubisoft teams have worked on this. The game got delayed for a while, and now we finally have the real release date as 9th of March, and the game got delayed maybe because of feedback from early impressions from the media and from testers. People are saying don't expect this. First of all, developers are saying don't expect this to be the next Assassin's Creed. The ship combat is the combat of the game. You would spend most of the time on the ship. Sure, you have your towns where you are your captain, your character walks around, talks to NPCs, does trading, crafting, etc. But you would use your ship to gather resources. You would use your ship to fight, to do quests. So the main character is not really the main character, but actually the ship of the main character, if you understand what I mean. As for why the game got delayed, probably because it was badly optimized. Hopefully it's better when it releases. Probably because people were reporting that it's very grindy and boring, and it takes forever to get some progression done, and most people quit before they even before they even have 2-3 days in. Hopefully they've balanced some things out. Hopefully they've improved it, because otherwise many would be severely, capital letters, severely disappointed. Next up is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I just played the first game, Fallen Order, last night, and I was severely disappointed by Fallen Order, because it was kind of like Super Mario 3D with lightsabers, with eventually fighting here and there, but mostly jumping and running and doing puzzles and climbing and sliding. So pretty much a platformer, Souls-like, but that doesn't mean there aren't many of you out there who would enjoy it. The story of Cal Kestis continues in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a third-person galaxy-spanning action-adventure game from Respawn Entertainment, developed in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. This narrative-driven single-player title picks up 5 years after the events of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and follows Cal's increasingly desperate fight as the galaxy descends further into darkness. Pushed to the edges of the galaxy by the Empire, Cal will find himself surrounded by threats, new and familiar. As one of the last surviving Jedi Knights, Cal is driven to make a stand during the galaxy's darkest times. But how far is he willing to go to protect himself, his crew, and the legacy of the Jedi Order? The 17th of March 2023 is the release date, and the platforms would be Steam, Epic, and the EA app for PC, as well as PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. Next up, in line with the recent Resident Evil remakes, we have finally the remake of Resident Evil 4. Survival is just the beginning. 6 years have passed since the biological disaster in Raccoon City. Leon S. Kennedy, one of the survivors, tracks the president's kidnapped daughter to a secluded European village, where there is something terribly wrong with the locals. I've never been a fan of Resident Evil, the games, but I really enjoyed the movies back in the day. I'm just not a fan of the genre of the horror, third-person adventure with a bit of action. But it's a massive title. It's worth mentioning. Many of you out there would love it. Releasing on the 24th of March 2023. For PC, there will be Steam and Humble, maybe other platforms later. For PlayStation, there's 5, and for Xbox, it's the X and S series. Developed by Capcom Ltd. Definitely a title not to miss if you're a fan of the series and the genre in general. Next up, we have the most star-studded game I've seen in recent years. I mean, we have Michael Madsen, we have Chuck Norris, Kim Basinger, Danny Glover. Who else? There's so many people. I would definitely miss out some when I started listing, but there's just so many people in this game that it's amazing. And I mean, you have Chuck Norris in a game, finally. Rocky City, or the game is called Crime Boss Rocky City. Rocky City is a thriving metropolis with excitement buzzing from the sandy bay to the towering skyscrapers. But beyond the glamour, there is a fierce turf war raging on. After the demise of the previous crime boss, there's an open vacancy for a new king of Rocky City. But it isn't just you who is fighting for the throne. Choose your crew based on their skills and expertise, and execute daring missions with the hopes of walking away with the cash, the turf, and ultimately the crown. Oh, I forgot to mention Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo is also in this game, which amazing. I mean, so many action stars in this one that I'm so excited about it. Releasing on the 28th of March for PC, the Epic Store. When it comes to PC, for PlayStation, there's 5, and for Xbox Series XS, it will be out, but with consoles releasing at a later date. So 28th of March is the PC Epic Store release, and consoles will follow eventually. Developed by in-game studios, by the way. And yeah, hope you're just as excited as I am for Crime Boss Rocky City. Another remake. System Shock Remake. It is the fully fledged remake of the groundbreaking original from 1994, combining cool gameplay with all new HD visuals, updated controls, and overhauled interface, and all new sounds and music. It even has the original voice actor of Shodan, one of gaming's most iconic villains. Witness the rebirth of one of the greatest and most influential games ever created. There is no fixed release date. It's saying March 2023 as a release window. When it comes to platforms, for PC we have Steam, the Epic, and the GOG Store. For PlayStation we have 5 and 4. For Xbox we have Series XS as well as 1. And it's made by Night Dive Studios. Next up, another game that maybe some of you have heard, maybe you haven't. I still think it deserves to be in the most anticipated list. Flintwalk: The Siege of Dawn. Join humanity's vast tent as gods and guns collide in an all-new action RPG open-world adventure. The door to the afterlife has been opened, allowing the old gods' army of the undead to escape from within. The living are on the brink of extinction. It's time for the coalition army to retake their world, embrace vengeance, gunpowder, and magic, and embark on an epic journey to lead mankind's final siege against the tide of the dead. Your battle begins now. Release date or release window early 2023, so it could not be actually first quarter but second, but I still put it in the first quarter list. It will be releasing for PC, which is Steam and Epic, as well as PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox Series XS, and Xbox One. Developed by A44 Games. It looks amazing, and I really like the setting of the game and the premise. So another game I'm super excited about. Next up is a game with very little info regarding it, but Trinity Trigger is an all-new action role-playing game combining the look and feel of iconic RPGs of the 90s with an emphasis on fast-paced, customizable combat. I really like the sound of that, fast-paced, customizable combat. Players take control of 3 young heroes as they attempt to defy fate and save the continent of Trinitia. Accompanying them are the Triggers, strange creatures with the unique ability to transform into 8 types of weapons that players must master if they hope to be successful on their quest. Whether playing alone or with up to 2 friends via local co-op, so 3-man co-op, explore diverse biomes and dungeons, strategize to exploit enemy weaknesses, and change your destiny. Release window early 2023. Platforms planned PlayStation 5, 4, and Switch. Unfortunately, no PC, so I won't be able to play the game. Developed by 3 Rings, and hopefully it becomes successful enough for them to consider a proper good port to PC. As we're getting closer to the list, you've noticed not fixed release date for the last remaining few titles. Blackout Protocol is another one such. Blackout Protocol is a top-down co-op shooter with persistent roguelite elements. Team up with 2 friends to delve into the depths of a top-secret research facility overrun with otherworldly horrors. So 3-man co-op. Arm up, shed some light, and take back control. Or die trying again, and again, and again, and so on. Release window 2023, but the beta starts on January 12th. You can go on Steam and sign up for early access or request access, as the button says. So it's releasing for Steam, but potentially maybe on the Epic and GOG stores as well. This game is developed by the studio that brought us Vast Eidolons, Ocean Drive Studio. which is Korean American Korean. Not sure which one is the right one to say, but I was happy with Vast Idolons up until the remaining last few missions, especially the last disappointing big boss fight, which was terribly balanced. But overall, I want to see what they would do with an action game instead of a turn-based game. So good luck to Ocean Drive. Can't wait to try out Blackout Protocol. And the final game of this list is The First Descendant. It is a third-person cooperative action shooter in which you can play as descendants who inherited the unknown powers and make them stronger to fight against the invaders and protect humans. The release window is 2023, maybe early, maybe not. There were some demos and closed betas or whatever you could play. And it looked okay. I've watched some footages of people playing the game. I'm getting excited, but I have feelings that Nexon might fuck up yet another game with bad and greedy and predatory monetization and grindiness. Regarding platforms, they're saying PC, Steam, plus PlayStation 5 for Xbox Series XS and Xbox One. So yeah, I'm looking forward to The First Descendant. Hopefully many of you out there are as well. We will see when it comes out how it will be. To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, Struck Web. Keep it cool until next time and goodbye.